Astro has it out for your dog, so you better watch out. Hey, what's up, Internet? My name's Austin. Today, we're going to be talking about Amazon's latest security product. Today's video is coming from a small, lesser known channel called CNET, and they are coming out with a video called Meet Astro, everything to know about Amazon's $1,000 security robot. So this is kind of like an overview of what the product does. It looks super interesting, but before we get into that, check out the graph. Make sure to subscribe if this is the kind of content that you're into. Leave a comment and do all that fun stuff to help the video out. So first impressions of this product, it seems really cool. I like the idea of it. You know, it's just got a bunch of cameras on it. It's a roaming Alexa is pretty much what it does. And you'll see later in the video, there's some capabilities that Alexa has now made a feature. Stick around to the end. And anyways, let's just get into it.
This is Astro.
Love the look of it. From a marketing standpoint, they did an A1 job. The aesthetic is really nice, and that's what makes me not like it. That's what creeps me out about it, is I know that I mean, tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands of dollars have went in to make this robot just feel natural, to feel like, I'm in an episode of The Jetsons and there's nothing to worry about.
Amazon's new home robot. By day, it's a cute little helper, but when you're not around, it turns into a roving security robot keeping an eye on everything.
This would be one of the reasons I would get a dog, and, this would be just super cool. The only thing is, Amazon doesn't really have that great of a track record for security stuff, so I know they say they've put safeguards into it, but, I mean, only time will tell how good those safeguards are, and I really don't want a roaming Alexa, going around the house checking to see if I'm home or not.
Imagine all of Amazon's best known products: Alexa speakers, Ring cameras, smart home integration. Now smush them all into one robot, whack on some wheels, and give it a cute face. That's Astro. At first look, Astro doesn't necessarily look like a home security device. It's more wall-e than wall camera, but it's definitely been designed with security in mind, starting with those roving wheels. Astro can move autonomously around your home or navigate to specific rooms to check on things.
See, this is one of the use cases that I really like. If I were to go on vacation with the family, I would really like to have one of these things at the house. I could just look at the house and just tell it to roam around and let me look at everything.
Even in homes as Alexified as mine, there are still lots of things my home can't do because my devices are stationary. This robot changes all of that. With Live View and the app, you can send it to check on specific rooms, things, people, even pets.
Tables, and according to Amazon, check if the dogs are sitting on the couch. Of course, that begs the question why your dogs aren't actually keeping an eye on your house and you had to hire a robot instead, but I'll just leave that aside.
So this is kind of the meta. This is why I love the CNET videos, because they're just kind of quirky. They're kind of BuzzFeedy. They're kind of making a case for why you should replace your dog with your Astro.
The camera isn't just for letting you watch your home via the app. Thanks to Astro's onboard processing, this robot can also recognize its environment, and it will let you store your own visual ID on the device so the robot can
Check,
detect
check,
you
check.
and others inside your house. That means you could put an item in Astro's cargo bin and send it to your husband down the hall.
So, not gonna lie, sounds pretty dope. I like that feature. That's all.
Or the robot can roam your house while you're away and work out whether a person is a family member or an unwelcome stranger.
So this little bit's very telling, and basically what it's saying is it's having to take what I assume would be a 3D scan, so the robot would be able to recognize you from any angle, and that robot's gonna have to talk to a database of 3D scans that it has taken, I presume, and it would have to compare your face against the 3D scans face. So every time that robot is looking at you, I would assume that it is taking a 3D scan of the face. Not just you, just anybody. Everywhere that it's looking, it's doing a 3D scan.
Is also a big selling point of Astro. It uses something called simultaneous localization and mapping, or SLAM, to navigate around your house. That allows it not to just detect obstacles like couches or stairs, but Amazon says it can recognize and pilot around objects that weren't on the floor yesterday or even a few seconds ago.
Something else that I'm interested in is Amazon is using Honeywell as part of its supply chain. And Honeywell does not have a perfect track record. I mean, nobody has a perfect track record, but Honeywell has got some stuff in its past that I'm not particularly comfortable with. So Honeywell International as a parent company based out of North Carolina, and its penalties total since 2000 is 261,922,250 dollars. That is absolutely bananas. It looks like back in 2010, they paid off high-level officials in the People's Republic of China to get high-paying contracts and then lied about that in their accounting. Earlier this year, the official report says it's gonna pay 13 million, but then it turns right around and says 5 million of it is suspended. You just have to spend that money on remediation. It does include 34 charges and the drawings for certain parts and components for the engine platforms, which harmed US national security. I wouldn't want to share that technical data with Canada, Ireland, Mexico, China, and Taiwan. It's just not information I'd want to give them. So Honeywell defended itself by saying all of this information was already available, so they didn't give any new information. But that's how I feel about Honeywell.
You could call your elderly parent and the robot would find them in their house so they can take the call. Or you could set up a smart routine.
I just want to ask, what is that? What is he eating? This looks like what does it look like? Like the pull
You
away,
could
the
call your
spoon
elderly
pulling
parent and the
away.
robot would find them
It looks
in
like
their house so
cake
they can
batter or
take the call. Or you could set
look,
up a
look, look. That like I want to say that that's ice cream, but that's not ice cream, right? It doesn't it looks like it's supposed to look like ice cream, but it doesn't actually look like ice cream. Am I alone on this? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments.
Amazon. They want this robot to feel cute and comfortable, not creepy.
We
Yeah.
learned early on in this program that customers don't just want Alexa on wheels. To that end, we've embodied it with a unique persona that is all its own. From adding eyes to the display to a whole host of sounds, the device really comes alive. Let me give you a quick example. Astro, beatbox.
Uh,
I
yeah.
just love that one.
Um,
Maybe you didn't have to say that. I I kind of want to just cut that last part out now. Not really proud of it.
sure. Look, I love a beatboxing toddler robot as much as the next person, but the idea of having an autonomous security bot patrolling around your house, well, it raises some pretty serious questions about privacy. Amazon says that Astro is all about providing peace of mind. But when you start to mention security tie ins with Ring, it's hard to ignore that company's privacy record. As my colleague David
So this is why I went over Honeywell earlier, is because of Ring. And Ring it's Honeywell's just involved and it doesn't really comfortable. Doesn't give me that warm and fuzzy. The robot itself, it she was saying earlier how it's cute and cuddly and that's what Amazon's going for. And I think Amazon almost did too good of a job at it. So right here is just one of those marketing tactics that I think is just kind of shisty. Because again, you've got the older demographic that just want to, get on the floor and play with their grandkids, and maybe they can't anymore. And now this robot is supposed to fill that need. It just kind of seems, it definitely seems emotionally manipulative.
Not to mention Ring's flying camera drone, which is bringing a whole new aerial dimension to home surveillance.
See, and this, I don't know, I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. I think I especially like this because I can hear it working. Whereas the Astro, it doesn't matter whether or not Amazon made a noise for when the Astro moved. If a hacker wanted to turn that off, then they could. Whereas the drone, in order to actually be used, then it needs to create that empty space above the drone in order for the drone to experience that uplift, and that wind drag makes a noise. You can't turn that off. A hacker can't say, "All right, well, I don't want people to know I'm here, so I'm gonna turn the wind drag off."
Amazon says that there will be privacy features built into the Astro, like the ability to set out of bounds zones, a button that turns off cameras, mics, and motion, and an LED light that indicates when the robot is streaming video or audio to the cloud.
Okay, so this is something else. The buttons that I like to use are the cutting off electricity button, right? I like the actual switches that if I want my webcam, my Wi-Fi, and my microphone to be turned off, if I flip the switch, the electricity from those devices has been pulled. It's not software telling those devices to turn off. Because again, if this device were compromised, all it is a function that I can just call again and then turn it back on.
But ultimately, this is still just more cameras and microphones inside your home, on wheels. And how you feel about that probably comes down to how you feel about the trade off between privacy and convenience.
I think I personally would get this device because I am interested in how it works. And also, I like to mod things. And I feel like upgrading some of its servos and, connecting it to my Wi Fi from my phone, maybe I could have a jogging partner. All right. Well, that was the Amazon Astro. I'm not really sure how I feel about it still. So let me know how you feel down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, be sure to drop it a like. Think I've earned it. Subscribe. That's going to be it for the video. My name is Austin, and I am out of here. I'm not sure if any of you have seen the Michael Reeves video where he makes his robot dog pee beer. That was pretty innovative, and I kind of want it.